and formalised regime.
Question number 11, Bill Twyford.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is for the Minister of Housing. Does he stand by the Prime Minister's statement that he's not promising that the government's going to go and build a whole lot of houses? And if so, how does he plan to resolve the rental housing crisis in Christchurch?
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, housing in Christchurch is a challenge, but it's not a crisis. Average rents have gone up by 10%, but are less than what they are in either Auckland or Wellington. Housing New Zealand waiting lists for the highest need, A and B clients, is currently 252, less than what it was prior to the earthquakes, and actually half what it was under the previous Labour government. I also noticed that the Christchurch City Council's waiting lists are less than what they were prior to the earthquakes. We have over a dozen specific initiatives underway to address Christchurch's housing challenges, but these, as the Prime Minister said, does not include nationalising housing. The bulk of the new houses will be built by the private sector, as can be seen by the massive increase in the number of building consents being issued in Christchurch.
Supplementary question, Phil Twyford.
Given that response, why did he say recently that 40 new homes being constructed by the government was stepping up its Christchurch housing response? And does he really think that building 40 new homes amounts to stepping up, given that his own officials say that up to 7,400 Cantabrians are homeless?
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, the first thing I find amusing, having been lectured for the last 4 months, that as a South Island MP I shouldn't be commenting on Auckland housing issues. I'm not sure why Mr Twyford now thinks he's an expert on Christchurch housing issues. I detect a double standard.
Point of order. Point of order.
Point of order, Mr Speaker. I'm not threatening to legislate to override the Canterbury District Council.
That's not a point of order. Has the Minister finished his answer?
Speaker. Mr Speaker, the government, as I announced last week, has settled with the insurance company. We're going to be spending over $1 billion on the Housing New Zealand homes in that city. We've got temporary housing initiatives of the sort that have been commented on. We've established temporary accommodation services to assist with householders. It's a big challenge, but we're making great progress.
Supplementary question, Phil Twyford.
What is he going to do to accommodate the people who will need to move out of the 80,000 homes that are yet to be repaired, the 15,000 to 20,000 construction workers expected over the next 2 years, and the 8,000 new homes needed to cope with population increase? And does he really think that 40 new homes is an adequate response to that?
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, I never said that the 40 new homes being built at Rangers Park were a complete solution. You need to see them alongside the other 3 villages that we have created for temporary accommodation. We're also the 5,000 state houses that we are fixing at pace. I note the Labour Party opposes the settlement with the insurance company that will actually enable us to get on and fix those state houses. We've got a request for proposal out right now in respect of worker accommodation. We've helped thousands of families with extra grants through the temporary accommodation assistance. Mr Speaker, there are over a dozen separate initiatives that this government has given to assisting housing in Christchurch.
Supplementary question, Phil Twyford.
What does he say to the thousands of Cantabrians facing another winter, sleeping in uninsulated sleep-outs, sleeping in cars, families squashed into someone else's spare room, or paying hundreds of dollars to live in a caravan? And does he really think that 7,400 homeless people in Christchurch is a challenge and not a crisis?
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, I noted the editorial in the Christchurch Press, who in their analysis of the housing issues in Christchurch says that it was challenging but not a crisis.
Point of order.
I asked the Minister what he thought, not what the Christchurch Press thought.
The member asked 2 supplementaries. The Minister's now attempting to answer either one of those. He's hardly started his answer before the member's getting to his feet. With the Minister,
Mr Speaker, the consistent feedback I get from the people of Christchurch in the days I've been down there, and there are many, on housing issues, is they're saying, thank God it's a national government that's focused on the issue rather than playing politics with their tragedy.
Question number 12, Dr Jackie Blue.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Minister of Health.